first saw it, I felt awe. It was the most important thing I've seen in my life. It was 1963 and everything seemed so promising, so interesting, so fascinating. When we pointed our devices to it and we saw what it was, we were happy. We were absolutely happy. I even kissed the screen when it showed the final readings. God. And now I can barely look at it. I can barely look at it and not feel real horror, real awe. Jupiter is a big planet. It's the biggest if you were paying attention in school. But how big is it? Well, it's mind-blowingly big. You can fit 963 Earths in Jupiter. Just imagine it. A place so big you could not in your lifetime cross it. And to make things worse, that place is and has been for millions of years a big, everlasting storm. Winds that can cut through metal and rock. Temperatures that will melt your face in an instant. And of course, radiation. A good freaking lot of radiation. Sometimes I dream I'm falling for ages into that infinite wall of madness. Into chaos for all eternity. In my dreams, I get pulled by the winds, by those clouds, and I can only hear the roaring all around me. And I don't know if it is the wind. I don't know if what is roaring is really the wind, or something more, something alive. And then I see it. I see it dancing in the middle of the storm. My body getting close to it in the distance. I can see the wheels, the structure of it. I get sucked by it, the speed increasing, making me dizzy, making me sick to my guts. When I'm about to hit it, I finally wake up, covered in sweat. It's not such an uncommon nightmare for me. It wasn't uncommon to the team either. You see, it was, in its moment, something beautiful. An object that defied that atmosphere, that planet, that giant. An object that crashed about 400 years ago into Jupiter's atmosphere. And somehow stayed planted in that atmosphere, resisting the winds, the gravity, the heat, everything, remaining in its place for 400 years. It was fascinating. I mean, who'd think that the red spot, that hallmark of Jupiter, was in fact created and sustained by just an object, by an object with about the size of North America. We thought it was some sort of meteor with unique characteristics, but that notion disappeared when we really looked at it, when we really analyzed the data. We were mind blown and excited. It was something no scientific theory could explain. And then you guys came along and put us to work in this building and made us sign those non-disclosure documents. So I understood what it was, long before we really knew what it was. It was not just some weather phenomena. It was not just a meteor or a comet. It was something intelligent. It was something that had the ability to sustain itself, to resist that wind, that heat, and that gravity. It was something with a purpose. You designated it decided to stay. I understood the fact that no paper or investigation would come to the light. I didn't care for fame or money. I just wanted to understand that thing, to help. I should have taken the damn amnesia. Forget about that and move on and studying black holes and dark matter. I think I would have been happier that way, or at least I would have avoided those nightmares. In 1985, we deployed the Barrier Project, an array of satellites in the outer Jupiter orbit, to look at that thing closer. We discovered so many things. We could finally see it. We could finally see its form and structure. Imagine a machine the size of a continent, constantly moving, constantly changing its shape, constantly adapting. Imagine the power that machine has to possess, the energy it releases. Hell, we detected parts of it that moved so fast that we couldn't even capture them in infrared. Imagine something that can tear through space and matter as easily as a hot knife through butter. We saw rays of antimatter. We saw a force field made of God knows what that could interrupt the gravitational forces of Jupiter for periods of minutes, even hours at a time. We saw things that would make any physicist wet their pants, that dropped Einstein and Hawking into kindergarten. The data was absolutely certain. It was what you could call an alien ship. A real goddamn alien ship. The question was, of course, where did it came from? Well, believe it or not, it appears to have come from the Triangle Galaxy, about 3 million light years away from our solar system. We intercepted a stream of electromagnetic signals from that galaxy to a little thing, since we deployed the barrier array. The stream, alien in nature of course, was at the time impossible to understand. I mean, how in the fuck can I even understand what someone or something is saying 3 million light years away? According to calculations, if that ship really came from there, it must have been traveling for at least 5 or 6 million years in space. It is an object, and listen to my exact words, millions of years old. Ergo, it has survived longer than our civilization in deep space. And now, for 400 years, it had survived one of the worst places in our solar system. Can you even imagine what that means? No, you can't. You know what Arthur C. Clarke wrote about it? Yes. And it's sufficient advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. And that thing is the practical example of that phrase. We discovered around 1986 that the thing was repairing itself. It had been repairing itself from day one. The current repair state is about 60% from completion. Somehow Jupiter managed to pack a great punch to that thing. We estimate that it will be 100% completed in 2050. But that's just an optimistic approximation. We found out that it has drones that recovered parts and materials from nearby rocks and derelict instances of the original ship. Drones that could navigate Jupiter's orbit and also its atmosphere no problem. You see, for a drone to navigate an orbit is not such a big deal. But a drone navigating the interior of Jupiter is like looking at an ant swimming inside a river upstream. At first we just didn't know what to do. If we should let it repair itself and see what happened, or if we should somehow stop its repairs. And then a damn letter was discovered. You see, Cassini saw it back in 1665, but just didn't saw it. He saw the moment it impacted Jupiter.